Another
to the Saber evacuation. The kitchen module.
Tension is becoming dangerous. Hey, what happened in the research lab? What happened? What happened? My whole research is gone because of a preposterous hardware malfunction. Ah, bummer. Can you, replicate it maybe? Of course I can. Problem is, it takes time, and I don't think we can afford to lose so much of it. Why is everyone talking about the greenhouse? Well, the irrigation system got crushed, so it's not exactly working properly. But on the upside, we accidentally grew the biggest turnip ever. That's actually pretty exciting. Can we grow giant veggies now? I wish, but no. Recreating the exact proportions would require a massive amount of research. This has to be done on Earth. When I say it's big, it is big. Like, you can cook like 5 meals with it.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
Hello?
Jan, Maxwell here.
It's good to hear you. Things are getting more and more tense in here.
Yeah, I know. Lucas told me everything. I set to work at once analyzing the data you sent. I won't lie to you. This condition you discovered is something never seen before. I can confirm what you probably already suspect. It is highly probable that it is induced by accelerated brain tissue development which your alters have undergone. I am very sorry this has happened, but nobody could have predicted it. As I've said before, you're a pioneer, Jan. Unexpected setbacks come with the job.
Being a builder is my job.
It's the job you signed up for. But it's not who you are anymore, is it? Not just who you are. You've crossed the threshold, and now, I suppose, well, you have to face the trial.
Tell me. I'm ready.
Your heart's in it. That's good. But you'll also need an open mind, because the solution I would like to propose may be a little unsettling.
What would I have to do?
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
Donor of what exactly?
Brain cells.
Great. I volunteer.
That's generous of you, but you can't donate brain tissue.
What? Why not? I'm the only one who's not affected.
Because it would kill you. It's not blood samples we're talking about, but a significant amount of brain tissue from the cortex.
So, how did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution. You have Rapidium, Jan. You have the womb. All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. By leaving its mind records blank, you will create a being with no awareness, no feelings, no thoughts. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
Are you seriously suggesting what I think you are? You want me to create an alternate version of myself in order to extract his cortex?
What do you think makes us human, Jan? Our body or our mind? This life form would not be an alter, because it simply wouldn't be human at all. It would only be a body.
Wait, but if Rapidium-induced growth causes this, won't he get sick as well?
It shouldn't. Not if it stays fully sedated. You see, the mutation occurs in the part of the brain responsible for cognitive functions, thinking, learning, remembering. So as long as the vessel's cortex stays inactive, it will remain a clean slate, and its brain tissue will be safe to use.
So, tabula rasa is doomed to die.
Oh, I see what worries you. The possible existence of the human factor some people call the soul. Personally, I prefer the word used by Avicenna, essence. You see, Avicenna made a distinction between essence and existence, which he thought was the domain of the accidental, or, as you would put it, the choices that shape us. Essence, on the other hand, is that core of a being which endures, regardless of any circumstances. For Avicenna, essence proved that there was a God who created us. For me, it's a whole new field of study. Just think about it. What if we looked at this essence just like we look at any other aspect of a human being? Its body, mind, emotions, something that can be scientifically observed, trained, even enhanced. Isn't that exactly what you are doing with your alters, Jan?
I'm not experimenting on them. I'm surviving.
Then carry on doing it. All I'm suggesting is that you look at this empty altar's essence in the same way a sculptor looks at a stone that is too brittle to carve in. There's no logical reason to fear dismissing it. Lucas and I went back to our old research to recreate a piece of code we once discarded. One that allowed for a much more flexible approach to erasing human memories. It can serve you to increase the capabilities of the quantum computer and create a tabula rasa version of yourself.
upgrade the quantum computer with the use of your banned research, but what about Ally Corp? What about the consequences for me when they find out about all the rules I've broken? A simple builder? I mean, creating my altars is one thing, but this... I could get accused of much bigger violations.
Can I trust you, Jan?
That depends. If I can trust you.
I'm putting a lot at stake for you. Of course you can trust me. Ally Corp doesn't have to know anything. Whatever happens from now on can stay strictly between you and me. I told you that I'd do anything to protect your mission, and I wasn't joking. Follow my instructions, and I'll take care of everything else.
Ally Corp has a big medical department. My ex-wife works there. Are you sure we shouldn't turn to them for help instead of harvesting this biological vessel against the law?
Yes, I'm sure. I told you before, it's better for you and your altars if your wife and her employers stay out of this. You didn't listen then. I hope you'll listen now. It's the only safe way for you. We can do this. Are you with me?
This is all very confusing. I need to think it through before I make any decisions.
Of course. I'm sure you'll come to the right conclusion. You're a smart man, Jan Dolsky. Let me just make one thing clear. My goal isn't to undermine Ally Corp's operations. It's not resentment that drives me. Yes, my career was broken because of their short-sightedness, but I'm not seeking revenge. I just believe that I have a much deeper understanding of the full potential of your mission, and the means to execute this potential. All they could ever do is take the rupidium you've found and use it to boost the prices of their shares. Sure, maybe a few hungry people would benefit as a side effect, but it would all be temporary, insignificant, an opportunity lost. So, no, I'm not against them. But I know that by withholding some information from them, we can achieve so much more. Just think about it, Jan. Think about how much everything you're going through is really worth. Because to the corporation, you are just an instrument. To me, you are a gift.
What's there to discuss? We need to shield ourselves from radiation. We have perfectly good shielding mechanisms. Yeah, right. Hey there. I talked to Maxwell. It looks like he came up with a cure for your condition. Really? Are you telling me there's hope? Yeah, it's some kind of sophisticated treatment based on healthy brain tissue. Maxwell sent us a formula. Oh. That's... ambitious. What do you need me to do? Well, I'll need you to reprogram our quantum computer according to some old piece of code from Maxwell's experiments. He claims it's gonna let us create an awareness-free altar. Awareness-free? The plan is to create a biological vessel from my DNA and extract lots of healthy brain tissue from it. Biological vessel to produce a healthy mutation-free brain. That makes sense. So, you're okay with it? It sounds like a promising idea. Why would I not be okay with it? Because these are not corporate instructions. Maxwell is clearly pushing his own agenda here. Don't you find it odd that he's so reluctant to consult AliCorp Medical about our problem? It is slightly unsettling, I admit. Are you thinking of talking to them behind his back? I don't know. Maybe I should talk to Lena again? Look, this situation is starting to be a little too emotionally problematic for me. She's your ex, not mine. You decide whether you want to take the risk. Just remember, Maxwell gave us a viable option. Shouldn't we just proceed instead of complicating things? Maybe you're right. I'm overthinking it. Good. Just give me the green light, and I'll start researching that new QC functionality right away. Then we'll take it step by step. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We can do this. Lena, can you hear me?
I'm here. Did you get to your rendezvous point?
Not yet. I'm experiencing unforeseen circumstances. Again.
What's the problem?
It's a medical condition I seem to have developed up here. Don't freak out, but it's some kind of... well, brain mutation.
What?
I said, don't freak out, please.
But didn't you get a proper checkup before leaving? How the fuck is that even possible? What is wrong with this mission? What is wrong with Maxwell?
He's trying to help. He suggested something, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I could really use a second opinion, and I just thought you could have some ideas.
Okay. Do you have anything you can send me?
Yeah, I've got an MRI scan.
Right. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Thank you, Lena.
Jan, you said Maxwell gave you a solution you didn't like.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to go into the details.
Well, whatever it is, maybe keep it as a backup option, just in case. We don't know how much time you have.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks.
Jan, we need to discuss something.
Looks like you have something to say to me. Please, tell me it's not true. Are we seriously going to farm a human being like it's a plant? No, you're right. It's unthinkable. I talked to Lena and she promised to try and help. Good. That's the way to go. Yes, Lucas?
Hi, Jan. Maxwell told me he's given you a way to help your alters. I thought I'd give you a friendly call and see how it's going. So, how's it going?
I know what to do to cure them. That's the most important thing. Why do you ask?
Oh, well, I hope you won't find me annoying, but I wanted to remind you about rubidium. I mean, I'm assuming you're planning to collect it at a more convenient time, but in case you forgot, it really is important, you know.
I know, Lucas. I'll do my best.
Cool. So, until next time.
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah, I heard. And I want you to know I don't like it. It would be like being fed my own brother's brain.
What if I told you I'm looking for another way?
Yeah, whatever. I'm starting to think it's not the solution that's the problem. It's the fact you put us in this situation in the first place.
I can see that you're angry. Observant as usual. What normally helps you calm down? Normally, huh? There's a grove near my lab. When I need to blow off some steam, I go for a walk. Sounds like you simply need a break. Why don't you take one? We can't afford to take time off, Jan. I can see you're afraid. Not good at hiding emotions, am I? Well, I think I'm just anxious about my future. I hear ya. How do you normally cope when things get uncertain? You know, I sit in my armchair and just slow down a little. You know, my cat on my lap, purring, stuff like that. Right, cat. Tell me about it. Hector? Oh, he's so great. A mischievous little creature. I'm telling you, he needs constant intellectual stimulation, or he'll find it himself. Which usually involves breaking things.
more to do here. Should I move there? Can't get rid. Lena?
I think I've got something for you.
Really? What is it?
I got my hands on some tech we've been using for one of our contracts. It seems it can be modified to your needs. It's a neural implant.
What? Oh, no, Lena, I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I only have the basic equipment here.
Oh, relax, okay? It's a tiny, smart device. Inserting it is no harder than vaccinating a kid. I'll send you all the necessary instructions.
Easy peasy, huh?
I missed your sarcasm. But no, it wasn't easy to crack this one. It took all night, actually. And we did our best to make it as simple as possible for you.
No, wait. We? Who's we?
I consulted a colleague. He was in charge of deploying this implant for its original use. Nobody knows this tech better than him.
What was the original use?
The client was a big company operating in the private prison sector. They tested it on convicts applying for parole. The implant didn't just track their whereabouts. It also allowed them to control them in other ways. Regulate their levels of anxiety and such. Anyway, we think we can reprogram it to provide other brain treatments. We've worked out an initial formula based on your scan results. The implant will let us apply the formula, but also allow us to react in case anything goes wrong in the future.
Are you sure it's safe? Has it been tested as a medical device?
It hasn't, but I can promise it won't harm you. And it's the best shot we have at healing you. What's really bothering you?
I guess I just wasn't prepared for something so intrusive.
Don't worry. I know the guys at Allied Corp Medical. They're professionals. And it's not like you're a criminal, right? You've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, right.
The most important thing is to start the treatment as soon as possible. I'm sending you all the necessary instructions.
Okay. Thanks, Lena. I miss Lena so much. Have you heard? We have another way to cure you.
Right. Well done. Brain implants. Talk about jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Looks like talking to Lena helped find an alternative solution after all. Yeah. I mean, the idea of that implant doesn't sound so great, but I guess Lena knows what she's doing, right?
Come and find me when you have a moment.
What's troubling you?
Well, I've been analyzing the situation thoroughly, and in light of the fact that we may all die of this abnormality in our brains, the thought of not making it back to Earth has been haunting me. To the point of obsession, I admit.
I know. But at the end of the day, it's the mission that matters. Not you, not me, or any of us.
Of course, it's not about us. Did you really think it was my life I was worried about? No, Jan. I'm concerned about what the world will miss if I go too soon.
Oh, what do you mean?
My work. Everything I did in my parallel life wasn't meaningless. On the contrary, it had the potential to push space exploration to a whole new level.
Really? How?
You see, I developed a method of nanoparticle dispersion that proved to be stable in even the most extreme conditions.
Oh, shit?
Exactly. And now it breaks my heart to think that all that groundbreaking research, all that knowledge could just disappear with me, never to see the light of day.
Yeah, man, you're right. We can't let the method of particle. We can't let it disappear.
So let's do something about it.
Yeah, right. But what can we do about it?
I want to recreate my research, here and now. Revisit my logic, backtrack my calculations, rewire the connections in my brain, and write it all down again. For posterity.
And you need me to...
Grant me the time to focus on this project and nothing else. Of course, I'd still be there to attend mission-critical tasks if the need arises, but I would appreciate if I could limit my availability as much as possible until I get this weight off my chest completely.
So,
You're telling me no other scientist is smart enough to come up with what you did? Are you really such a genius? Genius? You mean a nerdy guy you see in movies who wakes up in the middle of the night with a ready-made solution in his head? No, Jan. I'm a normal human being just like you. Difference is, I've burned the midnight oil more than once to find the answers I was looking for. It's no magic. But yes, I do think there's a risk no one else will ever come up with my method. And the reason I fear that is because, well, you could say, discovered it by accident. What? No shit. Yeah, but that doesn't diminish the importance of my results, does it? They say luck favors the prepared, but this time I'm gonna need more. Will you favor me as well? Fine. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. It's amazing that by trying to save your own life and altering yourself, you involuntarily unleash such a big potential for change and progress. I can start working on my old research whenever you're ready.
Should I take care of this now?
Hello, Jan.
another movie. Where my stuff landed here? We need to discuss something.
Moping. We'll find a solution.
For a brief second, I believed it was all going to be fine. Now the only thing waiting for us is death.
In the meantime, maybe there's something we could all do to raise our spirits. Like, oh, I don't know, bucket list?
We can try.
You treat people like goddamn tools. Well, I'm not a tool, so you better show some respect. Really?
To the safer evacuation.
Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah. So, I heard you're in touch with Lena about our problem? You did. I just want to say, asking her for help is the smartest move. You're gonna do as she says, right? That's the plan. Good. You should stick to her. You seem to be getting along much better now, aren't you? Yeah, I think so. That's great. To think I was the mastermind behind it. Amazing. Oh, someone's on an ego trip. What, did you forget who taught you to ask her for help? You'd be lost in the dark without me, brother. Okay. Thank you, Master. Are you thinking of getting back together with her? Maybe. Who knows? Well, in that case, there's something you need to know. I think it's only fair you should know how much deeper your relationship could have been. What do you mean? You see, she was the one who was supposed to go on this mission. She was the head of the hydroponic farms project. I was just helping her out in the lab. She was so excited about taking her solutions to a base like this. She wanted to go so badly. But she failed her medical tests. And you could replace her just like that? Without any preparations? It was madness, but yeah. Somehow I managed to get a crash course in everything in the last moment. It was only possible because I've been close to Lena all the time she'd been preparing. Because she insisted I take her place. Wait a second. Couldn't she just take care of whatever the problem was and enroll for the next mission? Unless you're telling me this was something that wouldn't go away. Well, it was. But also, it was something neither of us wanted to go away. She was pregnant. Oh. I only learned about it the night before takeoff. She didn't want to raise my hopes because it was still such an early stage. We'd been trying before, but every time it ended all too soon. The disappointment was unbearable. And yeah, I can't say it didn't put our marriage to the test. But this time, we were really hoping for a breakthrough. Thing is, I'll never get to know if we were right. Shit. That must feel terrible. You know, for a moment, I even thought I could somehow bring it all back when all this ends. That was before the MRI scan. Funny. I never thought being a father would become so important to me. What about you? Did you ever think about it? I can't say it never crossed my mind, but... honestly, I wasn't sure I'd be a good dad. Because of how our father was? I get you. I was scared too. My biggest fear was to become like him to my kid. So why'd you go through with it? Because I knew I was different. Lena was with me. She trusted me. That was all the proof I needed. You should have seen her beaming that night she told me. This could be it, Jan, she said. I'll never forget the look on her face. I was supposed to get a good night's sleep before the launch, but we just talked the hours away, laughing and remembering old times. Until at 3 in the morning, we ended up singing Big Green Tractor. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. The unforgettable hit of our mountain road trip. That trip. Man, that must have been in another life. We were crazy, young, and in love. And broke. Remember that rundown car we borrowed from Lena's uncle? Yeah. All it had for a radio was an old CD player and one CD. And the opening track, Big Green Tractor. It made us laugh so much we played it on repeat. Yeah. Those were the times. That trip was where Lena bought us that cheesy shepherd's axe. Remember? Oh, yeah. You know, I even packed it on this mission to remind me of her. Hey, you didn't by any chance have the same idea? No. Sorry, I didn't. Oh yeah, stupid me. I got so immersed in memories I almost forgot you two split up. I guess I'm just trying to hold on to anything real and tangible. I packed so many things that reminded me of her, I'm left with nothing. But, of course, there's no way that axe could materialize from another life where it wasn't, well, valued so much. Anyway, thanks for talking. I'm glad I got it off my chest.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, can I ask you a favor? Isn't that what you do all the time? Yeah. Well, this is not mission related, not directly anyway. That's not helping your cause. Right. Do you remember that road trip to the mountains we took with Lena just after we met? Of course I do. We took a lot of unnecessary risks getting into that old pickup without giving it a proper checkup first. What were we thinking? We were in love. Nothing else mattered to us. Well, just confirms that love is not a feeling you should trust too much. Yeah. Anyway, remember the shepherd's axe Lena bought us there? A silly souvenir just for laughs? Please, don't remind me. I need to recreate it. Really? Why? Look, I feel bad about that. But I know I can rely on you even when you're pissed off at me. That's what makes you special. All right? Go on. Let me put it straight. I need help. And of all the alters, you're the only one who can give me the right answers. That's not an unusual situation. So you have questions about the axe. You see, I forgot what it looked like exactly. Wooden handle, steel head, folk ornaments. But are you sure the head was steel, not iron? It was a cheap toy, so I guess you could be right. But it looked quite hard. I'd know for sure if I could see it. That's the whole point. We don't have it. Right. Yeah, about that handle. I think it had some kind of a floral pattern carved on it. Floral? Are you sure? I thought it was more like a zigzag. Oh. About those ornaments, it had these red woolly pom-poms attached to it. Do you remember how many? 3. That I'm sure of. But I don't think they were red, Jan. More like magenta, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. Damn, this is not helping. And I thought you'd be the perfect guy to recall technical details. Well, maybe we don't quite agree on the definition
technical details. Now, if you'd asked me about the pressure in our tires before we headed out, or the details of the dissertation I was in a hurry to submit before we left, you'd have gotten them immediately. But a toy axe? I didn't exactly analyze it, if that's what you expected. All I remember is I looked like a fool holding it in that photo Lena took. Shit, you're right. There was a photo. It's a shame I got rid of it. It was a good decision, if you ask me. Well, that settles it then. If I can't help you, no one can. Just let it go and get your mind back to important things. Lena could still have that photo. Lena? Jan, is that what it's really about? We're in a shithole here, and all of a sudden you feel like flirting? Mentioning Lena sure is making you nervous. Especially for a guy who doesn't care about emotions. Yes, Jan, irrational behavior makes me cringe. Don't worry, I'll take care of more urgent matters first. Well, in that case, do whatever you want. Just don't waste my time. You again.
Jan? Hello?
Lena, hey. I just wanted to call to say thank you again and ask you about something personal.
Okay, what is it?
Remember that road trip we took to the mountains? Just after we hooked up?
Mm-hmm.
We borrowed a car from your uncle and...
I remember. What about it?
Remember that shepherd's axe you bought me?
It's kinda hard to forget.
You didn't by any chance keep the photo of me holding that axe? I'd really like to see it again.
That's a strange request. I'd have to check.
Sure, just let me know if you find anything, okay?
All right, I will.
Thank you, Lena.
Talk soon.
Rid of you.
Evacuation functional.
Hey, so... I'm guessing you received instructions from Lena about an alternative solution to our problem. I want you to know that
I have those implants ready. A nanoparticle treatment, yes, that's smart. But the device itself, highly questionable. It would mean exposing us to Ally Corp. I won't lie to you. Yes. I see. Of course, they'd have to find out about it sooner or later, right? But this? Look, I can clearly see why Lena tucked you into this. She has no idea what's going on here. We're just an abstract problem for her. But on an empirical level, I'm not so sure it's a good idea. Honestly, I have doubts too. Understandably so. We'd be giving them access to our brains. And I'm not really keen on doing that, especially considering we have other options. What if it concerned you? Would you inject a tracking device for convicts into your own brain? You're right. I wouldn't. So, you think we should go ahead with Tabula Rasa? All I'm saying is that you should decide responsibly, with the potential consequences for all of us in mind. Guess I'll need to think about it some more then. Well, I wouldn't be able to start the treatment at once anyway. I'm not an expert on nanoparticle meds, but I do know we need to give the healing agent time to mature before it can be used. How much time? 3 days, according to the instructions from Lena. But we can't linger more than that. Once it's ready, we'll need to call a meeting and communicate your decision to everybody. Okay. Good. Let's do that.
come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something. So, do you think the passive radiation filter calmed the crew? I didn't hear any more theories about enriched metals wreaking havoc in our bodies, if that's what you're asking about. You don't sound excited. No, I'm glad you've tackled this minor issue. One less distraction from looking for a cure for us. Lena? Hey.
I found them. Our old photos. Talk about going back in time. There's one that might interest you. You're waving the shepherd's axe like some mad caveman. You look so chipper in it. I almost forgot how big that smile of yours can be.
Huh.
Made me wonder, you know, knowing what happened later. How little it took for us to go from those happy times to fighting with each other. One moment, you're smiling so broadly, holding that axe, and the next you're smashing it to pieces on our kitchen table.
Yeah. I know. And I really wish that never happened.
Of all the things I ever gave you, you had to bring this one up. Why? It was cheesy, it was worthless. And it brings back a whole lot of shitty memories.
Yeah. Well, the irony of life, I guess.
Oh, jeez. You downplay an honest thought if it came up and slapped you in the face. Just forget it. Take the photo. Hope it helps.
Thanks, Lena.
Take care, Jan.
Yeah. Talk later.
Evacuation functionality.
So, yes, here it is. We still need to wait a little for the brain cells to mature fully. How long? They need to be ready for our meeting. We're running out of time. Do you scan the brain for the mutation? Yes, it's all clear. And the cortex shows no signs of activity, which is good. What happens then? We extract the brain tissue, process it according to Maxwell's formula, and start administering the treatment. Of course, we will have to dispose of the body. Whoa! What the fuck?
Looks like I didn't use enough sedative. Let me just, There. Damn it. I hope it didn't activate the cortex.
What if it did? What do we do now?
Just take a deep breath, okay? I've used enough sedative to put a horse to sleep. So even if his cortex did light up for a moment, it's inactive now. And I'll make sure it stays that way. Look, we can't get thrown off balance. Not now, when we're so close.
I know, but I'm having some real doubts about this.
I mean, are we doing the right thing? You know my opinion about those implants, but at the end of the day, it's going to have to be your call. You have time to think about it until the cells are ready to use.
Yeah, I get it.
Resolve this. All done. Can I take care of this now?
Should I do this now? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? Jan, did you notice we're running out of repair kits?
Another look.
Is there a problem? Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes. What do you mean, fed up? What is this? Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities or else. What exactly do you want me to improve? Good leadership requires treating people as equals, or at least creating a credible impression of doing so. Stop ordering us around like puppets. I hear you. I'll do what I can.
another lovely...
I wish I got to be a dad. I wish I got a chance to mentor a group of young, promising scientists. That's me, of course. I wish I was never.
What are you all staring at? Did I ruin your party?
He wouldn't be saying such things if we agreed on a treatment already. Back to work, I guess. Okay, people. I wanted to hold this meeting to tell you that, well, we finally might have a cure for your condition.
Let's hold off celebrating till we hear it.
We can use a treatment based on healthy brain tissue. For that purpose, we'd need to use the tabula rasa you've probably all seen occupy a space in the womb. So, you decided to go down that path.
Great! Why don't you just hand us over for experiments already?
Let's be rational. Since we already have the tabula rasa, I say we use it. What else are we gonna do with an awareness-free body?
Just tell me we're not doing this. We're not taking his brain out. It's sickening.
We have an alternative. Neural implants. It's a safe and efficient solution, but you'll need to agree to have a corporate device fixed in your heads. We've got nothing to hide, do we? Let's stop wasting time and get on with it. We knew from the start we weren't born into a fairy tale.
Exactly. We weren't born into a fairy tale. Because we weren't born at all. We were just created to prolong this loser's meaningless life. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching was, from the start, it was,
Is he unconscious? It's getting worse. We need a cure now. What's your call? Let's go for Maxwell's recipe. Good. I'll get tabula rasa ready for the procedure.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, everything's prepped. He's not showing signs of waking up again? No, nothing. I've given him more sedatives just to be on the safe side. You want to say something before I proceed? I don't know. Oh, just do it. Okay, here goes. And that's it. Almost. I'm taking it to the lab to create Maxwell's magic potion. Is he? Yes. He's dead. But don't worry, he didn't feel a thing.
Hey there. I've got something for you. The shepherd's axe you wanted to see so much?
Wait, I thought you said you didn't have it.
I didn't. But I recreated it for you.
Wow. That's amazing. It looks exactly the same. How did you remember all those details?
I got my hands on a photo of it.
Really? How?
I asked Lena and she sent it to me.
Oh. Did you, tell her what you needed it for?
Yeah. I told her it was for me.
But that's not true.
Oh, please. Can't you just enjoy your gift?
Yeah, right. I guess I didn't even thank you properly.
No problem.
It's such a pickle. There's only one Lena and two of us. And two shepherd's axes.
And let's leave it at that.
Sure. Thanks again. It means a lot to me. Must have seemed silly to you. Guy who's missing his unborn child suddenly fixates on a toy axe. But suddenly this has become something other than a souvenir from a non-existent life. It's become a token of our friendship. Here and now. Thank you for that.
Yeah. No problem. So, how do you feel after the procedure?
I'm fine. Just leave me alone, okay? I can't believe you did it. I just don't want to think about it.
Hey, looks like we're running out of radiation filters.
So, how do you feel after the procedure? Oh, I feel much better. Don't worry. We'll help you get out of here. Then you can dispose of us, just like you did with Tabula Rasa. That what you wanted to hear?
Look, it wasn't easy for me either. But I'm happy you're alive. Let's focus on clearing our way now, and once we're out of this canyon, I hope we can talk it over properly.
Yeah, great idea. Let's get down to some anomaly busting.
Cool. Hey, how'd it go with the treatment?
Well, the therapy has begun. Everybody took their dose of Maxwell's medicine, and it's looking optimistic. No bad reactions, no side effects. In fact, I can already feel the difference. My head is clearer. It could be a placebo effect, of course, but I'm hopeful.
You did a great job. I couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah. I can't say I'm not proud of myself. I'm becoming more and more of a Renaissance man on this mission.
Should I resolve this?
Ah, another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame. Yes, I was missing that.